I'm Gab. He's Jules. Gray skies, ficking to rain, humid, horrible here over Berlin, but really nice here in the air-conditioned office here at Scaling Spaces. We're so kindly hosting us throughout this tournament. This will be our final show from Scaling Spaces in Berlin. But Jules, we have our finalists.
We do.
It's Spain. It's England.
Yeah.
We will break this down later. We'll put on our Stuart Robson hats. But we have to start with the first semifinal. France against Spain. I'm just going to go out. I want to begin here on Spain because I wrote about this. I made the point. These are not good players. Like when you go in. When you do a combined 11, a Spain-France combined 11, right? Yeah. Which I know they can be debatable, right? Rodri gets in, fine. Morata gets in. Of the players who actually started, right? Yeah. Morata gets in ahead of Colomwani, sorry.
Yeah.
After that, pre-tournament, you would have said Lamine Yamal, Dembele, or whatever is touch and go, right?
Yeah, but not now.
Okay, not now.
But not even before. No, even before the semi-final.
It's 8-3. There's not one other player that you would substitute from this France team to go into. And so I think when this happens, you have to give credit to the individuals. Dani Olmo, I thought, was sort of phenomenal goal. Lamine Yamal, obviously stratospheric. But also overall the team. What Luis de la Fuente, who we've made fun of for the way he looks and his scarf and all this stuff, they outcoached Didier Deschamps, not for the first time.
Yeah, completely. I think you're right. I mean, we were both there. We saw it, even if France started well, and France had a go in the second half.
And took the lead as well. At that point, you thought, okay, boom, France have the lead. Easy peasy. Clock things up, play in transition. Yeah. Spain are just going to keep passing it around. And then Lamine Yamal had other ideas.
Yeah, but it changes on two incredible goals in the space of 5 minutes. Because Spain collectively, apart from controlling that second half or trying to control the second half, which they did okay, there was just nothing, not more collectively than what the French could offer. It's just those two moments of individual brilliance. But we've said all along, those games now, the final will be the same. Semi-final, even quarter-final to a certain extent, are won, most of them, by those moments of your special player does something a bit special or does something that you can't defend against. The Dani Olmo goal is just, and Lamine is great. It's a curler. We've seen the Arda Güler curler. You see curlers a lot. The Dani Olmo goal, for me, the first touch and the second touch especially, then maybe he gets a bit lucky, but those two touches are just something else. And really the French didn't have any kind of little magic like that in that game. Yeah, it's a good cross by Kylian and then the header by Colomwani. But what was missing on the French point of view, apart from the midfield that was just being humiliated by the Spanish midfield, was just we didn't have anybody who could step up and do something outside of the ordinary, like we saw Watkins do for England, like we saw Olmo and Lamine do for Spain.
I take your point, and we've often said this, right? When two teams are well coached, when they're out there, games are going to turn either on individual errors or refereeing errors or moments of genius. Yeah. France obviously has the players who can provide that, just even in the starting lineup. Dembele, I thought, was poor, but I also thought he's Dembele. He should start, and he finally did start him. Mbappe, I think, like a lot of his tournament, it just did not work out for him.
Never showed up, really, yeah. And the nose can be an excuse. The mask, he ditched the mask. He was allowed to. But overall, this should have been his tournament. He was the best player in the world going into this tournament. He was supposed to be the superstar. He was the face of it. And in the end, he never showed up.
We can blame the midfield, but I would also take issue with essentially the patterns of play. The fact that it felt to me that at 2-1 down, the vibe I got from Deschamps was something's going to happen, which is why, again, it felt as if he said, all right, I don't want to concede a 3-goal. Nico Williams is scary on the break. Yamal is obviously scary on the break. Morata can move too. I would have thought you would have taken the team center of gravity at that point, 2-1 down, and pushed it forward and said, we can do this. We can put you under pressure, regular movement, create regular chances. Because eventually, it's Nacho, it's Jesus Navas, it's Laporte back there, right? It's Cucurella. You can do this. It never came. It didn't come until the second half.
But the second half was better in that sense. But Kylian had that chance in the 86th minute. I think this is the moment that they were all waiting for. that Deschamps didn't change too much for that reason, because as you said, he thought at some point we will have that one chance and Kylian is going to score it. And Kylian blasted the ball over the bar in a move that we've seen him score 1,000 times in his life.
And Theo Hernandez, the ball fell.
Yeah,
was
but
wrong
Kylian
foot.
is Kylian is easier than Theo.
No. But on Theo's other foot, that's a goal. Anyway, all credit to Spain. We're going to break this down further on the Gab and Joe's podcast.